A huge surprise just shook the AI community, and it didn't come from OpenAI or Google. Instead, a small Singapore-based startup revealed a new agent called HRM, and it could mark the most significant step forward in reasoning we've seen in years. Here's the catch. It's not larger, it's not trained on endless amounts of data. It's simply built differently. And somehow this brain-inspired model is outperforming systems more than 4 times its size. Traditional models like ChatGPT try to solve problems by walking through them step by step. The issue? A single error early on can ruin the entire solution. HRM avoids that pitfall. It reasons in cycles, more like how the human brain works, and the outcomes are startling. This isn't just another tiny AI beats a giant headline. HRM isn't a lightweight transformer or a trimmed-down large language model. It's something new entirely, a design that borrows the brain's layered decision-making approach and applies it to machine reasoning. So how does it function? HRM is split into 2 modules that constantly interact. A high-level planner, slow, deliberate, mapping out the big picture, and a low-level worker, fast, efficient, executing commands instantly. Imagine a chess master devising a strategy while an assistant carries out each move immediately. The two go back and forth, planning, executing, adjusting, until HRM reaches the answer. This feedback loop isn't a gimmick. It gives HRM something most models lack: the ability to check and refine its reasoning as it works. Here's the wild part. HRM has only 27 million parameters. For context, GPT-1 had 117 million. Yet HRM outperforms Claude 3.7 and OpenAI's O3 mini high model on reasoning tasks. On the ARC-AGI benchmark, essentially an IQ test for AI, HRM scored 40.3%, Claude just 21%, OpenAI O3 mini high 34.5%. On Sudoku at hard and extreme levels, HRM solved 55%, Claude and OpenAI 0. On large 30 by 30 mazes, HRM found the correct path 74.5% of the time. The others? Again, 0. And training? It only needed about 1,000 examples per task. No giant datasets, no billion-dollar pre-training. In fact, HRM can hit pro-level Sudoku performance in just 2 GPU hours. Here's why it matters. Transformer models like GPT or Claude always process a fixed number of steps per token. They can't decide to spend more time thinking on a tougher problem. Once they start generating, they're locked in, even if they're going down the wrong path. HRM breaks free of that restriction. Its dual-loop design adapts the depth of reasoning to the difficulty of the task. Easy questions? Fewer loops. Complex ones? More iterations. And because it relies on local gradient updates instead of deep backpropagation through time, it's leaner, faster, and surprisingly brain-like. Translation: it needs less memory, trains more efficiently, and can even run on laptops or robots. The startup behind HRM Sapien is already testing it in real-world domains, healthcare, identifying rare diseases, and climate forecasting, where it reportedly reached 97% accuracy. The team includes engineers with backgrounds at DeepMind, Anthropic, DeepSeek, and Musk's xAI. These are people who have built frontier AI before, and now they're betting on HRM. One of the creators, Guan Wang, said it bluntly: chain of thought prompting is just a shortcut. What we've built is something that can genuinely think. And this time, the numbers actually back him up. Best of all, HRM is open source. Anyone can explore the code, train their own version, or customize it. That kind of transparency is rare, especially for something this advanced. Of course, it's not perfect. HRM isn't built for chatting or creative writing. It's designed for reasoning. But as a proof of concept, it's one of the strongest we've seen. And it's not happening in isolation. Other groups are exploring continuous thought systems, one-bit models, and even diffusion-style reasoning. But HRM is already working, right now, outperforming models 4 times its size. Which brings us to the bigger picture. Unless someone pours billions into yet another mega GPT, the next revolution in AI won't come from size. It'll come from new architectures, efficient, flexible, and inspired by the brain. Picture a future where AI agents don't just sit in giant data centers, but live inside your laptop, your robot, or even your car. And instead of echoing the internet, they'll actually be thinking. So what do you think? Is HRM a glimpse of the first true step toward artificial general intelligence? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading them. And if you want to stay updated on breakthroughs like this, don't forget to hit subscribe and like. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.